going through this.
I'm just going to start the recording, okay?
Okay, make the introduction.
No, just speaking,
Okay.
we just continue. This is like a gathering between friends, so we just like gonna enjoy this moment.
So we were saying why we got called to work with the body, and Fifi was putting her perspective and sharing that in my case, like I shared the last Saturday, is because I'm going through a body call, like the alarm called me to get back to the body through a diagnosis. So it's the best time to reconnect. We are always connected, and that's the main thing. We cannot forget looking information. The alchemy path is amazing, the 12 system is amazing, but the body and the most closer things that we have is what we need to learn, what we need to love and get in tune. So for me, going through this health process is my call, and it's my new learning, because everything is learning. Even the biology systems that we had it for since the day we are born and before, it's a process of learning who we are.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Barbara, especially not just, sometimes we focus on our body and our biology when we start feeling the body, right? When we start having a pain, or we are diagnosed with something, or we are going through some medical issues. But our bodies are amazing. Like what it take me here to connect with Barbara is because like last July, I had this very strong experience, and I got connected with this frequency. He or she or it call itself or themselves the white wizards, and the message was really intense because I felt pain in my body for hours. And he was going through me explaining, if we want to manifest, we need to feel everything in our body, not just sensations, not just using our five senses, but all the emotions. And that's why my intention opening this with the 12 system is focusing of the in the bioneuroemotion. Is one method that I learned and I practice and facilitator since 2019. And I want to go through what is bioneuroemotion, because I'm sure many people are familiar with biodecoding, but not with bioneuroemotion. So I think we're going to start the presentation. So I don't want to keep you here for hours. And in the presentation, I just wanted to tell you that this is what I absorb, what I learned, my way that I took the information from the teachings of Matthias. Each one had their own way. I'm very visual, so you will see a lot of images there. And I have fun putting them together because I love the visual part. And it's the way I learn. Each one has their own way. I am about colors, and this helped me a lot of like receiving that information, so we or I can uh, be able to transmit it. Like I was talking about being channelers, right? And being channeler is that, yeah, we receive information and we also transmit information, and that's the what the neurons does in our brains, and this is how we, as neurons of the earth, we do, right? Like we are carrying information and we are sharing with others, and we continue evolving in that way. So I want to start just sharing right now. Bear with me because this is
I'm
kind of
happy,
new.
Fifi, that you are so good with all that in putting that information in images and words, because for me it's a challenge. So it's perfect, and thank you for that. You're gonna love it. Uh, Everybody's gonna love the presentation.
Okay, bear with me because I want to know if I'm sharing the screen here. Okay. Okay. Everybody see the screen? I hope so.
Yes, perfect.
Everything with me, technology is also this type of technology is a learning. Um, okay.
Perfect, Fifi.
Okay, so as you know, we open this introduction to the 12 systems, learning about this, the tool of the 12 systems that Matthias introduced in 2020. I'm just going to talk here a little bit about the three of the four gears of the system that he was teaching us to use to align ourselves. One is the biological system, and then about concept, you will see a little bit why is the concepts about time and space, and also why people should be in our systems to align ourselves. The people are the ones that connect us with the emotions. So this, I call it a journey to connect with our biology, because our intention with Barbara was to connect with our bodies and start from there, and also tap into the system of the soul, which is the constellations, the astrology, that we're gonna be getting together in probably one or two systems of the biological systems with the astrology all together. We're gonna go little by little, because before we tried, well, we did back, I don't remember, Barbara, was 2021 or 2020 that we did the biological system in
Yeah,
one session, and it was too much because it was just information. And the idea here is like we're gonna feel it in our bodies. Okay, we can see and feel and apply this tool practically in our own personal life. Okay, so this is just an overview of what we're gonna go through today. So we're gonna we're doing already the introduction, and we can kind of talk about why now, why we are here right now with these 12 systems again with Barbara. And then I'm gonna talk about the context of how the tool was introduced by Matthias when we were doing the Yosoi path to do the planetary nodes activations. The message of Peter Pan, we're gonna meet Peter Pan and the panic, very aligned with with Halloween. Um, then the law of 12, he explains why 12. And then we're going to talk a little bit about biological system, the bioneuroemotion, and also the difference with biodecoding. And then the concepts of time and space. And at the end, so our idea was to just go through the whole presentation. And at the end, we're going to have a space for integrating a little bit of everything with probably a little meditation. We don't know. It's gonna just, it's gonna be something that it will come out. Whoever would like to do it or share, please let us know. And we're gonna have questions at the end, and we're also gonna share some charts to work through the sessions. That is gonna be probably helpful for you to just start putting that information all together. Well, this is a little bit about me. So I know a lot of you know me. Um, I, I call myself a coach and creative channeler because this is what I'm doing right now. I am a jewelry designer by profession. I've been in the jewelry world for many years, but this is my true passion and I believe my purpose in life, which is help me myself and help others to understand the ways of learning about our own parts and put them together, right? Like everything that we are is so complex, and I feel like it's just like puzzles that we are putting all together. So with the Bioneuroemotion method, it helped me personally go through a big conflict I had with my mother, and every conflict that we have, the nucleus of that is our most close environment, which is our parents, right? We came from them, but not only them, but also all our ancestors. And Bioneuroemotion taught me how to recognize many patterns and how to recognize the emotions and also the belief systems to start like healing, healing and feeling like finding a lot of answers. I think everybody wants answers, and the answers are really inside us. So as a coach, I accompany people to go through these processes, not only on the spiritual way, but also in the practical way. I believe like all the messages have a practical way in our lives, and as is our body, because it's the material. We live in this 3D world. Mother Earth is um, is this material world, and we are her. So we connecting with our bodies also connect us with her or with the earth. Um, so I found Medio Mystica, which is something super new. I started doing this process, this project, because I had this call from these white magicians saying that it's time to create with all our colors. It's time to show our options, to show options to the world, because this is what color means for them, options. So I put these two images that are like very important to me when I receive this message, because it's how it kind of like visualize how I receive that information. The body, my body felt like earth. I basically felt the pain in every cell of my body with that experience. And the magician is, or the wizard is how I will call him. He starts saying that the body remembers, that the body feels everything, the body stores all memories, and that hurts. And we don't want to feel pain. We we are afraid of pain. And this is what I think it make us so separate from the material world, to manifest what we really came here to manifest. Each of us came with a lot of information from our ancestors, and they survived, and that's why we're here, because there was fear in their lives, and fear is good. We want to learn. When we talk about panic and their message, that fear, it is a survival element in our life, and it's very important to embrace it. So these two sentences touch my heart. This about the body, and I literally felt part of the earth. I love this painting of this artist called Alex and Alison Gray. If anybody is in the New York area or upstate New York, you need to go and see it. It's an amazing place. It's a museum they call Chapel of the Sacred Mirrors, and is like a chapel of the biological world combining with the spiritual world. So the magicians said that we are here to remind you that you have come to create with all your colors. Like I said, colors are options. And if each of us, don't create, we're still surviving and being afraid or embody and being in the earth, in our bodies, we will not be able to manifest and create and give options to the earth. He said, don't let her, meaning the earth, without options. Don't let her die like getting dry, because there is no creativity. If we are still living in survival, we are not creating. We need to understand that we are here to create options, because this is evolution, right? So this touched my heart, and like I said previously when we were talking in the beginning of this session together, Barbara and I, we feel like this is very important. So that's the drive that why we're here. So before I start with this part, I just ask you for 1 second. I just gonna go. I need to bring my dog in. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm coming right back. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm alone here at the house and she was out. Okay, so Matthias said, when spirituality becomes biology, we're bringing heaven to earth. And in this, we want to see that on the Yosoi path, he received this message from this found pan or elemental from nature that is the one that introduced the 12 systems, the 12 systems of the body, like the biological systems. But here I wanted to just give you just a little bit of the context that for what I understood, the intention of aligning ourselves back then was to then do a planetary work all together to align the nodes of the Earth. So in order to do that, we needed to be aligned also with our own portals, right, in our body. And these are the 12 biological systems. Also the 12 astrological signs that are in our birth chart. And I'm not an expert of that. Barbara will talk about that in the sessions. And then also the concept time and space, we're gonna see what it is, and the people. So the people are, for me, and I will confess back then when Matthias talked about the people, it was a little bit hard to grasp what really mean with people, right? Because people said what I should put here, there. But then I understood deeply, while I was using the systems and revising them with the Bioneuroemotion, I understood that it was very linked to the emotions that they reflect, because we cannot see ourselves if we don't see the reflection, right? So these people are families, enemies, friends, partners. They are a reflection of ourselves. And that's what people, for me, or this emotional part is very, very important, because the emotions are the ones that are gonna make us feel things. And when we feel things, we also feel it in the body, and the body will somatize it. So like he said, we're trapped in the matrix because we don't know how to identify our own axis or our own nodes. And this is what, putting together the astrological part and the biology is very important, because the biological part are the physical part, and the astrological part are the spiritual, or like the soul part. So like I said, don't panic, but yes, panic. Panic because we're not gonna go deep into the emotions, and who is better than explaining it about panic that our friend Pedro or Peter. So what Matthias was saying, and I invite anyone that would like to go deeper on that. There is the videos on YouTube. I just also put it on my YouTube channel, and I think Barbara too, for you, if you are going through the videos, through the 12 systems that we're gonna be doing all together. You have also the videos that Matthias is talk about panic, and also when he talks about the 12 systems that are there in the playlists. Oh, and I think there's a lot of people sharing it on the groups. So who is Pedro? Or who is Pan? So Matthias was saying that this being, this elemental being or being from the nature, that called himself Pedro, and then he understood why, because it's Peter, like Peter Pan, and a Pan is a faun, is a god of fertility. So in Greece, sorry, he was the god of fertility. And so this Pan, because he's a being from nature, he or it, right? These beings, they embrace to to live aligned with nature, to express with all the senses, with all the emotions, without judging it. They live like, I don't know if you saw ever these images uh of these beings being very like mischievous, and a lot of I believe like they had like a bad how I said a way of like people were like demonizing them because back then, back in the times they were demonizing them because they enjoyed all the pleasures of life, or what they call the low emotions. So and this was at some point very deny, right? Like we deny our lower emotions. So lower emotions can be about everything that is mm, from the half of our body down. So sex, any type of pleasure, like sensations that we have, even like feelings, the emotions that are lower, like we judge them as bad, as like for example, like being fear, have fear or have anger or feeling
Anger,
sad.
not anger, anger.
So all of that we deny. And what Pan was telling Matthias, and when he was telling the story, is that we are not aligned in ourselves, and that we need to tap into that lower passions and the lower emotions, that that these lower emotions are the ones that create that biological system. It's the system of the body. And the body, we connect with the outside world with the five senses. And with these senses, we sense things, and we shouldn't block anything, because if we block any of these senses, these emotions that we have, then it's like blocking a river. So one day it's gonna explode, it's gonna get out without control. And talking about getting out of control, this is what Panic was saying, that Pan Oikos, the house of Pan, is the one, this is the base of the name Panic. So panic is the fear of losing control of these lower emotions that we have. So when we are feeling something that we judge that we shouldn't be feeling, so we enter in panic. So we enter in the house of Pan, and we feel like we are losing the control. So because we don't want to lose control, we think we have this false believe or thinking that we can control things. We just trying to not feel this panic, not feel this low emotion. So we panic, and we don't want to feel that emotion. So what he basically was saying is that we need to start observing that emotions in our life and embrace it and enjoy it. But I know this is easy to say, but not very not very easy to do, because we grew up thinking and believing of what our society, our families, our culture teach us about what is good and what is bad, right? What is a good emotion, what is a bad emotion. But all the emotions have a purpose. And we will see when we go through emotion that actually there is an energy there that we can use in a good way, in a way that gonna serve us and not limit us. So our creepy baby doll here, that as I couldn't help it. It's Halloween, and she is perfect for this. So like he was saying, like fear is key to evolve because it's one of the five emotions, basic emotions. Along with anger, sadness, enjoyment, and disgust, are the emotions that we were born with them, is in our software. We all of us, we have these emotions, and from these 5 emotions, we will see how we learn how we develop other secondary emotions. So fear is a basic emotion, key to survival, and like I said, it's physical, so it's no logic. We were born with them. It's in our software. And the energy of fear is the energy, for example, like I was saying about the energy of the emotions, is the one that give us impulse, action, move. So imagine if we are afraid of something that we consider a threat, we are not gonna never move from where we are. So, and these also limit us, right, to express and be coherent and being ourselves, because we still have this information of our ancestors of like, you survive this way, don't do anything different. If I work 9 to 6, 5 days a week in this job, continue doing this because I survive this way, you will too. And we will understand how this, we need to honor this, but we also need to recognize these patterns in ourselves to be able to one second. Sorry. Do you hear any echo?
There is an echo, Fifi. If you can also make me co-host, so I can help you. There is an echo, Fifi. If you also make me co-host, so I can help you. Technical issues. We are getting close to Mercury retrograde. Good. There is no more echo. Is Fifi still here? Good. Perfect. We can hear you now. When Fifi is doing this, I don't know if people can hear me. I was thinking about the pan energy. It represents what it would be from the house in astrology, house 1 to 5. That would be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and then it comes Virgo, that is more getting sense of the body and the health and the routines and the habits. In the beginning, all the emotions and all the actions are kind of unconscious. We are still in the beginning of the getting conscious of our actions. I don't know if you remember the graphic when I say the soul's journey, but the pan is a mix of all those first 4 houses or 5 houses, and it represents it perfectly until the house number 6, when we start making sense of the body. And then from there, with the relationships and house number 8 and so on. But the energy of the fauno is perfect from house number 1 to 6. And I will explain it again in the next class. Fifi, you there?
Well, I guess it's your turn, Barbara.
Yes. So I saw the picture of the fauno and the body.
Fifi is muted.
And the body of human. I'm muted?
Oh, no, it was me.
Fifi was
Fifi is
muted.
muted.
Yeah, I just wanted to know
Okay.
if
Go
you
ahead.
could see the screen. Now it's good.
It's
You see the
coming.
presentation? Yeah.
No, not yet. This is on my side. Is like still downloading. I don't know if everybody can see it.
I can see it.
You can see it because on my side I see it. Let me
I
know
can
if
see
Okay,
it
you
too.
see it.
okay, I see
That's
it now.
good?
Yes,
Okay. So we continue?
yes.
Okay, so like Peter Pan, this phone was telling is that we need to find our fears in these 12 biological systems because the system is based on fear. And in order to build, like I was saying, the new purpose, the new way, if we want to go out there and manifest who we really are, our real purpose, we need to start identifying this 12 system, the fears, and not only the fears, in my opinion, is all the emotions in really, and liberate them in order to give them a new purpose. So the best way to take control is to understand that I never had it, right? It's just an illusion. And the 12 biological system also evolved thanks to these 12 emotions. To these low emotions. So in order to manifest, we need to start going into this uncomfortable place, which is the bodies and the emotions, the body and the emotions, and the sensations as well. Because, like I say, the body storage all memories of all these emotions and feelings, not only ours, but also from our ancestors. So, for example, if someone in our family tree had an issue with water, like someone got drowned, and no, it was like a great grandfather, father, or like the brother of your uncle, or something like that, you will think, oh, there's nothing to do with me, but no. Sometimes we inherit this part, and we need to understand why are we experiencing this, because we cannot control that, but we can definitely choose how to.
I can hear you, Fifi. I think you're muted, or
You hear me
sure
now?
it's not. Yes.
I can hear Fifi.
Yeah, okay, because I see that my audio is not muted, but since my computer is acting crazy, just please let me know if you see something weird like that.
Yes.
Okay, so what the plan was telling Matthias, or he was explaining, it was that everything has a, or I don't remember honestly if it was the pan or was Matthias itself, but he was explaining on the 12 system videos when he did it back then that everything is based on this law of 12. Because why the 12 system? Because everything is based on this 12 aspects, the 12 aspects of the constellations, the 12 aspects of the Earth node or the Merkaba, and these 12 comes from the geometry. I didn't want to go deep into that because it's a lot of information, but basically what Matthias was explaining when he was talking about the nodes of the Earth is that there is these two geometries that putting them together create this. It's the dodecahedron and the icosahedron. Well, I guess at some point it will be very interesting also to understand this geometry because it's very important. Because everything is geometry, our body is geometry, all our different type of bodies are based on these 12 systems and 12 and this geometry. And the way that we calibrate these 12 biological systems, if we do that, we can also align with the 12 systems of the universe. So it's like a fractal, right? It's like if we align ourselves with our own system, we are able to align to all other systems. Sometimes well, when I do this, I facilitate the bioneuroemotion. I've seen a lot of people that really they're looking for answers for their kids or for someone else. And I always said that the most important thing is to to align and understand what is your most close system, which is yourself, and then you can do something for others, right? Like you can align with others if you align yourself. You cannot help anybody if you don't help yourself. You cannot help the earth if you are not aligned and help and being healed in your own system, in your own family, in your own community. So for me, it's like this. We start from the closest to us, which is ourselves, our bodies, our souls, and then we go outwards like that and connecting with the other aspects. So as we can see here, I just put this chart so you can see the 12 biological systems and the 12 constellations. When we do when we will do the other gatherings with Barbara, we're gonna go to the pairs like Aries with reproductive system, Taurus muscular, Gemini respiratory, Cancer lymphatic, Leo digestive, so Virgo is integumentary. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Libra immune, Scorpio is excretory, Sagittarius endocrine, Capricorn skeletal, and Aquarius the nervous system. So here you can see the 4 gears that or processes that Matthias introduces to align and as Peter Pan was saying, that we're not aligned because we have all these aspects probably working in different, not in synchronicity. And this is like a work of life, right? It's a process of life of the entire life to put this together and trying to work it out. I don't think it's something that, oh yeah, we do this in like a couple of months and we're gonna have all solved. This is a path of life of understanding all of the parts and putting them together and making them work as a clock. So
And
the way,
sorry, and it's a never ending
yeah,
task.
it's true. It is true. So the way he explained it here is, and then we're gonna also go see how we're gonna work during the sessions, because we're gonna work, Barbara is gonna work through the birth chart. And Matthias explained that there is 4 processes or gears. And the way he wrote it down there, I don't know if anybody would like to just work in that way. I think he put it that way because it's closest to us. Start with me, which is I am, then the constellations, then the concepts, time and space, then the biological system, and outwards, the people, the emotional connection, and even outwards, like around all that is the nodes. The 12, also the nodes of the earth, like the planetary nodes. So here, we see on the left is how he explained it, how it should be put it together. But like I mentioned, on the right side, you will see the birth chart. So when Barbara start with Aries in the next meeting, it's recommended that everybody have their birth chart, right, Barbara? Everybody have their birth chart printed, so it's going to be easier for them to visualize what we are going through.
Yes, we're gonna locate the first part of the gear, that is Aries, and move from there class by class.
Mm-hmm.
So with the chart is the basic of these tools, so we're gonna start from there.
Yes, and on the birth chart, the first house is located in the left-hand side, which is the ascendant. So we're not going to start like a clock on the top right-hand side. We're going to start from the left, where the ascendant is. So just to clarify, sometimes this is confusing when we start working with these charts.
When we get to that part on the next meeting, I'm gonna explain where and how and the ascending and some concepts again. So it gets more clarified and more clear and more understood.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that would be like so much fun to start working with the astrological part too. Okay, so yeah, so our most advanced technology is our bodies, our biological system, because there is nothing that comes from the spiritual world that comes to us without this biological system. This is our way of manifest, like I said, in this earth. And if we want to start manifesting, we need to start like embodying that. Okay, so here we start tapping into the 12 systems. Just talk a little bit here about like how the biological systems are macroscopic map. For me, I visualize this like I always said to my son, it's like you are the God to your cells. Like the same way Gaia is our Mother Earth and we are cells in her. I believe like and I felt it with this experience, every cell inside me screaming. So I imagine like when we are going through all these emotions, Gaia is feeling all of that. So the same way we communicate with God, with the source, with the universe. I think this every single cell in our body is communicating with us, is telling us something. So imagine the systems are telling us something. It's like a group of people in one area that are working something specific are telling us something, right? If some part of our body gets sick or like it's get like an in well, not sick. I would like to use the word like in dis-ease, because this is the word. It's like being not in ease, is in dis-ease. We need to observe it. We need to face this fear of feeling, because what we're trying to do many times is to quiet that emotion, that feeling, that sensation. We don't want to feel pain. We don't want to go through this emotion, and we just shut it up, right? And then we expect to get help from the outside when they are screaming to us, and we are the God to the cells, and we are not listening. So the body is the one that is really that is what are gonna wake the information that we have, the information that we inherited from our ancestors, the information that we receive from the outside world, from other dimensions. Everything goes through the body. So, or at least, like I said, this is my perspective. This is my way of seeing it. I really believe that the body is this amazing tool that the way we can find these answers are really tapping into every single part of our body and putting them together, like the emotional part, the physical part, the mental part. So when we download the information, we download accordingly to the memory of oneself, not according to the pure data. This is a actual quote of Matthias when he was explaining this, and I cannot agree more, because we're gonna download the information depending on our memory and how our body is also receiving it. It's like having a good radio or a broken one, right? We receive information constantly, like I said, and how we deal with it, how we receive it and listen to that also is very connected to the part, right? Like the body, the material aspect of it. So here, just gonna talk. I'm gonna introduce just the 12 systems, biological systems. I put on the right side the one chart that I used back then in 2020 when we were reviewing the 12 systems. Just so you know, this is a different order of what Matthias was talking, but like at the end, like I said, it depends on how you want to work with that. I just put this chart so you can see that reproductive goes to Aries, and this is the sign, the symbol. If some people are not very familiar with the symbols of the astrological signs, you can see it here too. But with Barbara, we're gonna go more in deep to that. The muscular system. So I'm gonna tell you the way I see it, because for me it's easy to remember as a story. So for me, reproductive system areas, because we is how we came to the world. So it's like a baby, right? So when we incarnate into this world, we came from the spirit, and we get into a body. That's why Taurus is muscular system. We need to get into a body. Then respiratory system is Gemini, because when imagine the baby has a body, is growing, and then start communicating. That's the respiratory system. And then the lymphatic system is Cancer. It's very interesting for me because Cancer is like the baby still, very close to the house, the mother. Is how the lymphatic system is connected to water, and is how we also exchange water in our bodies, emotions. Then the digestive system is corresponding to Leo, is where imagine the kid that he is like probably like what, 3, 4 years old. I don't remember. My son is already 16. It's been a long time, but I remember like when he was about maybe 3, 4 is when they start like getting separating from the mother, right? And they start like getting more connected to their ego, right? When the self they recognize themselves as a separate being when they start saying no, and then they start like recognizing that they are not a part of the mother, but themselves, more independent. So that's the I don't know the word in English now. It's afianzarse. You just stay in who you are. The integumentary system is Virgo. Is how so integumentary is the skin. So this is our bigger system in our body, and is how we communicate with the outside world, how we receive, and everything, right? It's also how we protect ourselves, because it's our skin is the one that connects with the outside world. Then the 7th system is the immune system. So it's where so immune system is where we defend ourselves, right? This is me, this is you, and we start understanding that is me and you. It's like Libra, right? It's two. You are two separate, and then we start like understanding there is two different something that can be from the outside world that can harm me, and I feel like I need to defend myself from that. The excretory system is corresponding to Scorpio, and is how we eliminate the things that are not useful anymore for our body. So imagine it's already I know the person, the kid, the person I knows now that he's not is another one there that can like can interpret it that can harm me, and I need to eliminate some things that are not useful for me. The endocrine system is related to Sagittarius. So the endocrine system are all the glands in our bodies that basically are the physical portals of our chakras. These are very, very important system. Then the skeletal or osseo system is corresponding to Capricorn. Is when we start like understanding the also the flexibility, because we think that the skeletal or the bones, which are hard, right, in our bodies, are the ones that give us the structure and is strong, but actually this system teaches us how to be flexible. And the nervous system is corresponding to Aquarius, is when we have these different connections And very related now to the Aquarian era. Barbara will probably talk about this more, but I feel like this system is what we're living right now. So much information, so much exchange of information between one neuron with the other, and sometimes can be overwhelming. And the circulatory system, which is connected to Pisces, is how we go back to the big ocean, right? It's the system where we it's not the heart, it's how we share and how we receive, how we connect with others, and it's also how we go back to the big pool, big ocean of Pisces, to the mother, to the womb. Okay, so I'm just sharing this so you have it. Had this, I kind of like use this to picture everything in one chart. So you can see on the left side, there is 4 systems that are corresponding to the body, which are the first 4 biological system, and also the first 4 signs, zodiac signs. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer are body. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, soul. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and our spirit, and and Pisces. So this is for you whenever you would like to use. See, I just put this because I thought that was probably useful at some point if someone wants to review it. Beliefs and thoughts alter cells in our body. I'm sure many of you know Bruce Lipton. He has this amazing like series in Gaia, but also a book called The Biology of Belief. The Bioneuroemotion method is based on his teachings too. And so he tapped into the power of our beliefs and how it alters the cells in our bodies. This is very, very important tool also, what he shared with us, and I really love it. Here we're going to start talking, we're going to enter into the bioneuroemotion and biodecoding. It's a little hard sometimes to see how we can see the 12 systems. I am not a biologist person, I'm not an expert on this. I don't remember enjoying biology at school, to be honest. But the way I connect with the systems in the body was through bioneuroemotion. And maybe some of you will feel same connection. Maybe you find other ways, probably more scientific ways to connect with these systems. But for me, this tool was the one that helped me the most to understand it and to also apply it in my life and what I do. So there is some confusion about biodecoding and bioneuroemotion. Biodecoding is so it reads the functions of the body as a clue, right? It's a map and give us a clue of the message behind the system, the symptom. For example, someone said, "Oh, I have I don't know, knee pain," and you look in the biodecoding dictionary. There's a dictionary, very useful one, or you can go to a biodecoding facilitator that can help you with that. I don't know the tool too much, so I know that it helps to recognize what is what can be the relation between the symptom and the part, and work from there. But the big difference with the bioneuroemotion is that in bioneuroemotion we said that all the symptoms cannot be lived the same way from person to person. So if someone is having a knee pain on the left knee, and you said, "Oh, this is something related to, I don't know, my ancestors or like my mother's side, my father's side, or this and that, it cannot be the same for everyone. If I have this pain and my husband have the pain, we cannot say that the symptom take us to the same place of, oh, this is the conflict. From Bioneuroemotion, we said that we live the experience in different ways because each one have their own baggage of information, the perceptions, they have their own beliefs, the own information that also we inherited from our family or our tree. And therefore, because we interpret this in a way, we create this this response in our body. So our body respond differently. So
can I add something? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I agree with you in this difference, and it will apply the same with the astrology. Like, not every Aries person is the same, and because it would be like the biodecoding. Like, if you have an issue, is because of this. If you are Aries, it's gonna be you are like this. It doesn't work that way. We have many layers, and we have many ways to express and feel. So each constellation and each person is gonna reflect the emotions in a different way.
Yes, exactly
on the
that.
body.
Yeah, exactly that. Because like you said, when you see a chart and then you start seeing, okay, but you have these aspects, you have less, I don't know, this element are like one Aries can have different aspects in their chart, right? So it's deeper and it's not as easy as saying, oh, because you are an Aries with this ascendant in this moon, you are the same like someone else that have exactly the same aspect.
Exactly, and it's an issue that everybody asks, like, and that's why some people don't believe in astrology, because it's like, oh, it's like, is everyone the same, or the same with the biodecodification. So everybody that has a knee problem is going to be because of X or Y,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't work that way. It's way deeper and many factors, acting on that.
Yes, exactly like that. Thank you, Barbara, because sometimes with that explanation is easier to put that information more clearly. And yes, it's exactly that. So Bioneuroemotion taps more into a personal, more in depth, what is the conflict and what was your perception. And Bioneuroemotion taps a lot into not like, okay, we're gonna heal this, because this is not the goal of the Bioneuroemotion. Is not, okay, someone comes here, you're gonna tell me how to heal that. Is to understand what is the information you have, how you experience it, what is the perception, and what is the meaning that you gave it to it, and how you live it, and what is the emotions that produce that, and therefore what is causing in your life. Sometimes just to change the perception, you do like a big step of like whatever you want to call it, heal it or take consciousness. So I love this image of that I put here, because I think it portrays what Bioneuroemotion is for me, and for why I understand what is the tool. That is connecting these three aspects, right? Like it's one of the trinities: the body, the mind, the soul, the Bioneuroemotion, which they need to be in coherence in order to make ourselves more aligned. Like as panic, as this Pan was saying, is how I control panic, or how I control fear, or how I go through it. I cannot control it. You need to align yourself with all these parts of your body and understand, right? Understand what is the information, what I'm experiencing, and also stop judging, not just the emotions, but also everything that happens in our life, because it's easy to just react to it. So being coherent, that Bioneuroemotion, it focus on the coherence of the think, the feel, the do. If we feel and think and do the same thing. We are in coherence. And this also is very related to these belief, emotions, and actions. So bioneuroemotion, if someone else wants to go more in depth to that, this is the 4 pillars or the 4 things that they using the method you can experience, like when you have a conflict or whatever it is, can be something symptomatic or emotional. The first thing is to understand your perception, that you are experiencing this because of your perception, not because of the event. Then how you manage that impact or emotions that you have, and then how these also impact in your health. Then when you receive that information, is also a lot of information will arise, and this is when the emotional management skills are very useful here, because then it's like, okay, now that I tap with this, I have this emotion, and what I do with this. So we guide, we accompany people to understand that, and also understand that you are not alone. It's not that you're crazy. It's not like it's your fault. You are a package of information that you inherited from your family. And all of the kids in a family are taking a piece of the pie, a piece of the all these unsolved non-transcend issues, or I don't want to say issues, but themes, matters that the family are trying to deal with. So we inherited part of it. Maybe if you have other siblings, maybe it's like, why me and not him or not her? But for sure, each one has a piece, and each one will experience this in, like it or not. So we cannot control what we experience, but we can definitely take consciousness and understand that if I have this, if my family tree had this, and I need to take care of this matter, I can choose how I want to face it. So when I find coherence, I let go expectations, and I don't doubt, there's no control, no panic, and we just flow and enjoy. This is what everybody wants to get to, right? Okay, here I would like to talk a little bit about the 5 basic emotions, and I love the crudes because it's just talking about ancestors. And today is the day of the yesterday was the Day of the Dead here, at least, well, Halloween, and the day of remembering all of our ancestors. With these crudes, I just remember my family and how they help us survive, like the emotions. So I love this image because it's actually I saw that each one is making a different face, and they are actually expressing the 5 basic emotions that we were born with, and that help us to survive through evolution. There is like this beautiful tool. It's called the Atlas of the Emotions. I took this image from there, and if anybody would like to tap more into the basic emotions, how it work, this tool is founded, or I don't know if it was founded or promoted or something, that the Dalai Lama was behind this, with Paul Ekman. He's a doctor specialized in all these micro expressions and the NLP and neuro-linguistic programming that we learn in when you learn about emotions. So the 5 basic emotions are anger, sadness, enjoyment, fear, and disgust. And I just put a little bit, some quotes there so you know what each emotion is telling us, and all of them are useful. And if we understand them well, we can really take the juice out of them. So anger is like telling you, get out of my way. Sadness, come for me. Enjoy. This feels good. Fears, help me. And this cat is gay, away from this. So when we work in bioneuroemotion, with with a person, like a lot of us, we just don't separate, or we don't really know what is the basic emotion we're feeling. Sometimes we have a conflict and we feel upset, right? And I'm upset. But the basic emotion that is underneath can be sadness. So it's not as easy of like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do work with because you feel frustrated with frustration, because frustration is like a secondary emotion because we learn it. And we say, okay, we work with frustration, but we need to go deep, the deepest as we can, to really work with that basic emotion. And like I said, sometimes can be sadness. So if you focus on the frustration and not in the sadness, you are kind of like, you're not uh, focusing on the problem, of the base of where everything originate. Maybe someone in the childhood had an event that make him sad, and the only way that this person learned how to confront it was getting upset or frustrated. Then this is how he will be in the adulthood, right? In the adulthood, every time that he connects again with the same trigger, it will react that way. But actually, the tapping into the nucleus, into the base of the emotion is very important. So this is in honor of all our ancestors, because I love this, the grandma. The grandma is great. And you can see her face, probably all our grandmas and grandpas, that they did everything to survive, and we're still living with this mandate of like survival. But we need to honor them because we're here, because they made it. They used the tools they had. We cannot judge them for being a bad parent, because I think at least the people here that they are parent, they know that we just do the best we can for what we have. To recognizing this helped me personally in my healing with the relationship with my mom, with my dad, with my tree, understanding that everything that they give us, they had the tools, right? Like they didn't know best. And they also came with all this baggage of information to deal with, to heal. And imagine if you have all this and you don't have tools. Now we have a lot of tools. We have a lot of tools that they didn't have. Tools that help us tap into our consciousness, to heal in a different way. They didn't have that. Sometimes we just get trapped into the judgment and we just cannot go forward. And if we want to go forward, we need to start honoring that and receiving that tool, right? Because let's say someone back then, this grandma used this stick to kill someone. Then you inherit the stick, but then with the stick, you can, I don't know, you can build something. So it's your choice to use the tool the best way to create something, right? Not to say, oh, I have this tool and I need to carry this tool. Why I inherit this tool, and or end up repeating, right? So like I said, you cannot control the information that you receive from your ancestors, or the information that will awaken in some time of your life that can bring you a conflict in your relationships, can bring you a disease. But you can start understanding that you have the power to choose how you live this. So I put here some graphics, so just to understand a little bit how we react to emotionally to the stimulus. can be like a trigger, like I said, something that reminds you of something that happened in the past. And then we have a biological reaction, which is a natural physiological response. And then we receive, like, we got an emotion from it. So what happened with the animals, right? The animals, when they see danger, like this lion that, I don't know, he probably likes bacon. It's the only animal I could find to put there. I was trying to find a gazelle, but I couldn't find it. So he wants to eat the bacon. He wants to eat the piggy. And so the pigs run, right? Runs to hide. But the pig doesn't stay there and then think about, oh, this lion wants to eat me days and weeks and months. But we, because we have memory, we got stuck on this. We got stuck on the stimulus, something that triggers us, that make us feel an emotion, and then we are going again and again and again with hundreds of thoughts, and these thoughts bring more emotion, and then all these emotions at some point make us believe something about us, like this. Well, I'll put also the caveman, because the caveman was very, very funny to understand how we survive, and how this fear helped us to survive. Because if we didn't have fear, we will not be here, right? Like, they will be eating us. So the fear helped us to react, to move, to do something, right, in front of a danger, or what we interpret as a danger. So here down, you see the boss, and the boss is upset, and you start getting like pounding, you're sweating, and then you have an emotion, you feel like sad, and you have all these thoughts again and again and again. And then what happened? It's not that something that you let go, right? Then we are talking, we as a humans, we keep going and going with the thoughts, and these thoughts also start getting anchoring in our body and in our emotions, and we start believing something. We start believing that we're a failure, we're not worth it, etc., etc. And these emotions and these sensations, these beliefs make us emotions and sensations that now we don't have the boss in front, but ourselves, because we got caught and anchored on these thoughts and this belief with that emotion, make us behave in that way. Now we are not ourselves, right? We are like caught in this, and then all of that can also be a cause on how our body reacts to that stress. So one of the main problems, at least here in the United States, I think is the number one disease, is stress based. The stress is that. When a lot of people say, oh, yeah, stress, this is exactly what is stress. To get caught and to get anchored on that thoughts and that feelings and that emotions, and not be able to let go. And it just can go for years and years and years. So imagine what we're doing to our body. So the tricky elements of emotions, I just put it here. Yes.
Yeah, before you pass this one, let me add
Yes,
a little bit of the astrology in that picture.
No, anytime.
In what you just explained, I was looking at the pictures and I saw exactly, the astrological chart. The first one, when you have the boss doing the action or the aggression, that would be the house of Aries. That is like aggression or passion or kind of Mars energy. Then you have the feelings. The person, that would be Taurus, like the feeling, like Venus. Then you have the thought and beliefs. That would be the house of like Gemini, all this thinking and this thought process. Then you have the emotions. That would be Cancer, the house number 4. You have the behavior. That is the I am of the 5th house of Leo. That's the creative, what expression is after you go through all these. And the somatization, will be the house of Virgo, that is the house of health and habits and body. So in that graphic, house number 1, 2, 6. That's it.
Yeah, that's amazing, and I love it when you start like we start like weaving all this information together because everything is connected, everything is connected. And the more we see that connected is in my perception, right? It's the way how I understand more and more when I start connecting all this, and then suddenly it's like, oh, right, this is resound with me with the astrology or like other methodologies that someone can be using. It's just weaving all that information that we have, putting the parts together.
Yeah, because we think the astrology is just a horoscope or it's like reading the chart, but in reality, it's each part of us. I sometimes see people saying something, and I'm like, that's a Virgo, or that's the moon, or that's the Venus might be in a Scorpio, or things like that. And I do it through their emotions or their reactions. So I can see the astrologers see astrology everywhere, not
Yeah.
just in the chart. So it is part of the daily life and it's part of everything you have.
Yes. Yeah. It becomes your way of life. Like for me, Bioneuroemotion is not something that I use for accompany people. It's like it became my way of life. Once I start like practicing the method, like in my life, like, stopping when something is happening, not reacting, realizing that it's my perspective, there is the other's perspective too. So when you're going to these tools, like you're saying, Barbara, it becomes your way of life. So I love this
Totally.
because this image that I put here, because I feel like I think a lot of us feel like this. At least I feel like this. And it's our body doesn't understand what we, from our mind, want to transform our life when there is not a threat, right? When we're talking about the grandma or our ancestors that said, I did this the same way, don't do anything different, right? Keep your job, do whatever you need to do to feed your kids. And there is not another way. So for our survival memory, if we want to get out, to get a new purpose, to do a new project, it's like, no, run. This is a threat. You're not gonna survive. And this is very, very interesting because it feels so related to what I'm feeling, when I'm trying to um, start really tapping into my purpose. So I just wanted to share this with you. And the last part of this human emotion, I found this by chance, this periodic table of human emotions. And I just feel like funny because I know that Matthias, we want to start this alchemy path with all the periodic table. I thought it was really interesting, so I just put it here. Now we're gonna just we finish with the biological part. I'm gonna talk here the concept of time and space, so just we can understand a little bit what is this, what he refers to the concept of the time and space. So we need to divide ourselves in many times in order to understand the information inside us. This is a quote of Matthias. When he started explaining that the system first was dividing into trinity. So the one cell divided in two. And these two is time and space. They're just the same thing, experiencing in a different way. And the third point, which is the trinity, is like another point that observes these other two. So this is the base of the tetrahedron, which is the concept like the first geometrical shape that is the basic to everything. So when we have the tetrahedron, when we have this these three, the 3 points, and we have the four trinities, the four triangles, is where we can see the expression, experimentation, integration, and transcendence. This is a concept of the space. So we have the time and then the space. So the one being is divided in the concept of time and space. Time is a constant cycle that repeats itself expansively, and space is what you experience with that time. So they, like you're saying, is the same thing, but expressing differently. The way I understand concept of time, for me, is easy to see also how we go through the different stages of our life, right? The expression for me is like that, right? Like when we're growing and we start, you're a baby, we express, like the kids are super expressive about everything. Then we start experimenting the world. Then like my son is 16, so I see now how he's like experimenting different things, different sports. The more he experimenting is how he will know, for in my perspective, what is something that he would like to do when he's growing, right? Then when we are like growing and we are integrating all that, I see it like adulthood, or like when we start like getting into our like adulthood time, and transcendence as when we start, getting into this stage of like, okay, I have all that and I start like giving now, transcending it and giving now to the new generations, is the way I see it. So in the concept of a space, I put this here. So this is a way of I can help me understand the four, and it related to the astrology too, as Barbara, can explain probably that there is the three, there is trinities. There are four trinities that are related to the elements. So the first trinity of water, which is expression, is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The other trinity, earth, experimentation, will be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The fire, integration, will be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the last one, earth, transcendence, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is the way I see it is like when I do my own work with these 12 systems, is like, okay, you're gonna go to see, okay, from the astrological part, where I am, right? I'm integrating this energy, I'm experimenting this energy, I'm expressing this energy, or transcending this energy of, for example, Aries. And this was very interesting to me because I understood also, or I connected regarding to these emotions and fear anger, sorry, anger, that I, for example, have a very low fire element, right, in my astrological chart. So my fire is low. And one of the emotions that is the hardest from the basic emotions for me to express is anger. So I was thinking how interesting it is, because if you don't have the energy of anger, also is the energy that impulses you, that moves you, that push you. So for me, it was very interesting to tap with that. And I'm like, how align is to my chart, and also for how I feel when I want to push something out, like to put all the energy into my projects, for example, and what is the energy that I'm lacking the most. And I think Matthias was saying that when we look at our chart and we see what are the parts that we are lacking the most energetically, so we can work on that. So now, for example, I recognize that I'm lacking this, but also in the emotional way, maybe because of, I learned from my family background experiences that getting angry is not good. I block that emotion. I block this that is now an energy that I need if I want to manifest things. I need to understand that now this is limiting me and is not helping me. So understanding this is very, very important and useful. Is at least how I experience it. Just connecting to that that emotions and the chart too. So for people, when Matthias was explaining that we need to choose a person or a person for each one of the areas, he was explaining that all these people are the ones that are going to connect my emotional part to the system. Then it's going to connect the emotional part to this biological body. And therefore, that he mentioned family, friends, partner, or ex-partners, or spouse, or ex-spouse, and enemies. And like I said, why a person? Because I can understand what is happening to me if I'm in front of someone. Like it's happening all the time in our lives if we put a little bit of attention, when we just get out of the emotional moment when we are in front of something, like can be like a conflict, let's say, and we are like, okay, if we get out of this victim position of he did this to me, she did this to me, they did this to me, and when we start observing this of like what with the questions, right? Like what emotions I am feeling towards this. Why is what for? What's the reason that I'm experiencing this right now? Like what is he showing me? Because if we are just us and the rest are like we're just reflections, right? The other is me. So what this emotion is arising that is in me, right? Is in me. So using the other is very helpful to start understanding that emotions that we have. The 12 systems is a technology of the spiritual level to communicate with the physical, with matter. And I really love that because it made me think about this technology, right? Like our technology is our body. And if we try to find out and get connected to the new technologies without focusing on this, we can get lost. And the other day I was talking to my husband, I think I was saying, like, I was just thinking, like, imagine like you ask something to ChatGPT and then ChatGPT said, oh yeah, who I was, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, in the past. And ChatGPT say something, you were this and that. So just the way that this answer goes to you is like, it's influencing you in a way of believing something, right? You need to be very aware of yourself to discern this information, because you can get trapped on other information, right? It's like in the past, people were going around some, I don't know, help or people that they say they believe that they will give them answers, and they just believe on that, and their life was surrounded by that belief. So I think it's very important to us to just take this moment of thinking now with the AI, what I really gonna take as an information that will serve me, and it's not gonna let me get more lost, right, on this path that we are trying to find ourselves. So now we finish with the presentation. So in this part, I'm just going to show you some of the charts that we prepare that we're gonna work with you on the next sessions. So I just this is a template that you can use. We're gonna share it in the group so you can print it. The first one here has all the 4 gears. So we have the constellations or the astrology, the biological system and the functions, the concepts, time and space, and the person. Here, for example, we have, this is an example, right? You're going to have all of those. How you can fill it up when we are doing the sessions, right? When Barbara is talking about the constellations and the astrology, you can start filling up. When I will be talking about biological functions and symbolic functions, you can start filling up. This is for you to use. You're going to have one like that is blank, so for you to print and start filling up during the sessions or the meetings. And then, yes, Barbara.
I want to say,
Mhm.
sorry, Fifi, I want to
No,
say
no worries.
something about the astrology because I presented another template for my presentation that we decided to see a more basic, because when I did mine, it was based in the pure astrology and with so many details, and it was too much to put everything together. So we decided to make it like only 3 things about the astrology, not all you see in the chart. So it's going to be simplified.
Okay. And then, well, there is another chart, which is, this is more for the biological system. So you will have the same thing, the template to guide you. This is just an example, right? When we do, for example, reproductive, you can write down what is the functions when we start like talking about it, what is the symbolic, but what is the biological function, and you fill it up with what is the symbolic function, the organs. But I recommend to do this focusing on you, because we don't need more information that are useless for our lives. Like, this is my point of view, because it's so much information, and right now I feel like, okay, how much information I can retain, right? So for me, I will suggest you to do something that is resonating with you. For example, here in the symbolic function, when we start talking about something, maybe take what right now in your life is something that is, is present. If it's a physical symptom, write it down. In organs, I have a pancreas problem, or and then you can start focusing on that to start really using the information in a way that will help you. Same thing with emotions. If we are talking about the reproductive, or Barbara is also talking about, the energies areas, just start writing down the emotions that arise in you. Let's say you're hearing and suddenly you feel angry. You don't know, or you feel sad. Just write it down, because this information is there in that moment because you need it. I don't believe that we're here like randomly. We're here because there is something that is resonating with you. Okay, so this, you will have it, you can print it, and you have the clean one. Here also I put here the gears, so you have it here in a plain template, how Matthias share where the sign goes, concept, biosystem, and people, and you have also open one if you would like to do something with that. I'm very visual and creative person, so whatever rises with you, the way you learn, the best way for you to retain the information, just use it. And like I said, each one has a different way to understand and collect the information and really make it part of your own understanding. These are just templates that can probably help you to navigate or go through the symbols and the planets. This is all astrology, so Barbara will work with that. This is just a chart of a birth chart. And then I just put that so you can also, if someone is interested in seeing how the actual constellations look like, these are the pictures of the constellations too in the sky. And well, I use this because it's like simple. Like I use it to do that image for the concept of space. This. So here you have, for me, it was easy to understand that because when I make this connection between these three zodiac signs, give me personally makes sense knowing that these energies work together. And Barbara will work with you probably with that when, I don't know, when we do the systems. And that's it. That's the end. This is our information. If anybody has questions, we're going to be uploading the video into our YouTube channel so you can go and check anytime you like because it's recorded. Okay, we'll stop.
Yes, we have some questions on the chat.
Yes.
If you want me to read, and
Yes.
if the person that wrote the question wants to clarify, because it was like in the beginning of for example, Zoraida asked, "Can you explain that we never had them illusion?" So I don't know what that refers to, but that was the first question. Zoraida, if you
Let me
want
see.
to.
Well, Zoraida, you would like to ask, if you would like now is open mic. So if anybody have a question, you can ask the question because I can interpret anything from this. No interpretations. It's better to have the question directly and to really understand what they mean.
I quickly jotted it down when you said it, and now I've forgotten as well. I jotted it down while you were speaking, and then I like now I've forgotten.
Well, if it comes to you, just let us know.
You got
Any
it. Thank you.
questions. You're welcome. Yeah, so you can open your mic to share things, if anything, like if you have questions, first of all, or if something like resonate with you, like something that you like to share. We're here learning this tool all together.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are we doing this during our daily lives, or are we focusing on our feelings when we do the Zoom class? For instance, we're doing the Zoom class every Saturday, right? So during the week, am I supposed to be writing down all these emotions?
Well, I think we're gonna do this, Barbara, right? Every 2 weeks. I think the next meeting is gonna be on the 15th. Okay, we're gonna try to do 2 systems at a time. Hopefully, it's not too long because sometimes the information is long and there's a lot of questions. But what I suggest, Irasema, is anything that you feel after this. Let's say you watch this, right? Or the first session, and you start opening. It's like opening a Pandora box. Things are tapping into you as an information, and if anything is arising, anything you're feeling physically or emotionally, I will suggest to write it down because it's like opening something and things are arising. If you're connecting to the body, you're connecting to the emotions, you're connecting to your energies of the astrological part. Everything is information moving around.
Okay. So am I supposed to write it down in the specific, like, for instance, Virgo is the skin. What type of things am I writing there? Everything?
Well, when we go through the systems, we're gonna go through everything. So let's say Barbara is gonna explain all the energies about Virgo and like everything about the astrological part, and I will explain about the biological part. In that moment, let's say you didn't know that Virgo integumentary is a skin, and I say skin, and you have a skin problem. So I will say write it down right there. And then if there is any emotion that arises, just write it down there. So the charts are or the templates are for you to use whenever you want. We just thought that it was probably easier when we're doing these presentations, people have something to take notes, because it keeps, it's not something that you have in your mind and it just escape to you. You have something
It's like a
written.
guide.
Yes.
Okay, so then
Also,
I'll do. Sorry.
No, sorry. Keep going, Irusema. Finish your questions, and I say.
I lost my train of thoughts. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Sorry, I wanted to add. Sorry, Irusema.
No, it's okay.
That we are not in personal charts or personal energies that come up in each session, because that would be impossible. I want to clarify that it's not going to be a group session or a personal session, because that would take us forever, and it's going to be, we can use some examples to show how the energy can move for healing, but it would be really very extent if we focus in one by one, or people asking about the bioneuroemotions, how do you heal this, or the astrology in depth. I will show some examples, but we're not going to be able to go deeper. That's I wanted to clarify,
Okay.
because I'm sure that people are going to wonder.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where I'm gonna write it down, but I guess it's gonna fall into place once we start.
Yes. And like I said, we're gonna share in the groups. We're gonna share in the groups the charts, so you can print them and work with them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I also have a question.
Yes.
First, thank you for all what you are doing for all of us. It's really, I'm doing it the second time and it's amazing. I'm looking forward to what's coming. So I understand well, we're going to have more 6 sessions? If
Yes.
it's 2, okay. Every 2 weeks, one, and
Yes.
it will be in total 6.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
gonna try to make in one session 2 systems. We're gonna see how it's working, because we don't know, but this is our goal, to do at least 2 sessions, 2 systems per session. So the next one is gonna be on the 15th. We're gonna do the
All right.
reproductive and muscular, and which is like Aries, Taurus.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Arcebet.
Any other question?
No more questions? Well, if you
let me see the chat. Let me see the chat, Fifi, because there were some questions in the chat from talking. I don't have the chat because
while Barbara is looking for the questions, I just wanted to bump in. Thank you so much for that. This is so wonderful. I just love our sharings.
Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you.
Hi. Sorry,
How are you doing?
Jumped quite late. I jumped quite late. I'm doing okay. Thank you. But one thing on my pet topic, because you mentioned transcendence and mentioned more or less linear transcendence with the age. This is actually applies only to the neurotypical people. When you look at the transcendence, even from a point of Matthias or any non-speakers, autistic and stuff, they are already coming into the transcend, like they are actually coming down with, it's almost like an opposite direction than most of the humans, because of their contract to work with certain aspects of humanity to help us to realize them, because they are, I would say, more clumsy when it comes to the 3D reality. They really need to adjust, but then they are masters in the other sides. So I know that most of us are neurotypicals, and this is how we see the world, and for me, I'm kind of floating in between 2 all the time. but there are humans which are kind of, I call them almost hardly humans, because they are functioning on multiple dimensions very, very well, which are a little bit different. So that's just to kind of make a note. You know, I'm always would be flagging that we make a realization of the children which are coming, Indigo children, of the star seeds which will be coming right now. They will be coming with that knowledge and with that transcendence already in since they're babies, right?
Yes, that's right. And so much we need to learn, you know, and all these processes, we're just like learning, and thank you for sharing. But that's great, because like you said, there is so many children now that they just born with this different way of connecting with the world. This amazing, you know.
Anyways, it's just
Can I say something? Our way of learning. Sorry, it's like a typewriter comparison with the computer that is coming with the kids in the future. We are so behind, and this evolution, like if we see the evolution of the technology, our own technology is also evolving. So we are still using the typewriter, you know, to learn. But like you say, the kids now are gonna be like integrating and expressing and everything in a different way.
I asked Philippe just recently, actually yesterday, because everybody is feeling the headaches and adjustments, and I'm just a mess physically, and most of us are like that. I said, how do you feel? And he said, what do you mean? This is finally, it's coming to reality I want to be. For me, the earth is special. What is coming, it's exactly what I resonate with. So that's really important, and it's interesting, because it's a different human experience.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Barbara, I just noticed that this is gonna end in in few minutes, because I just put 2 hours, but I don't know how to extend it. If you know, because I don't want anybody to get caught in the middle when they're talking.
Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know, but we have 10 more minutes. So I don't know how
we
to
work with the
extend it.
time. Next time I will adjust it.
No, if no, we can get everybody inside, click on the link, and we come back, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out now if I can extend it, but if it's just, you can keep asking questions, and if it just get disconnected, we can do that.
Hi, Fifi. I just want to say thank you.
Hi, you're welcome.
Beautiful work.
Oh, thank you. I really enjoy it. And I think this is the important thing, like to enjoy what you do. And even though it took me a long time, because, you know, it's like also a process for me to remembering everything that we once, like, you know, revised, it helped me a lot. And I'm really glad that you can also enjoy it.
Yes, I am truly amazed, because when I was doing the Yosui path in 2020, I did it myself on Excel. And it was like I spent so much time working on it, and then I lost it.
Oh.
Something happened, and it was on my work computer, so it was gone.
Oh.
And, but your work is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you
so much. Yes.
Thank you.
I can wait to be on the classes now.
Fifi, someone is asking in the chat.
Yes. Let me see.
Sorry. What's the name of the cartoon that you put? I think the grandma. I think the grandma that she's talking about.
The Croods. CROODS.
Okay. And I don't know the other questions because my phone turned off. So I lost all the questions that they were, so I cannot read. So feel open.
Yes,
to,
I'm reading now,
open.
Barbara. Let's see if there is any. Yeah, no new questions, I think. But like I said, anybody would like to ask questions, you can, open your mic and ask. If not, if anybody else have questions, I just want to finish um the name of the cartoon. Daniela is asking the name of the cartoon. I think so.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
The Croods.
Crowds. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
You're welcome.
And hi, Fifi.
Hi.
And the other questions, it was from another, I don't know from whom, but I'm interested in the answer.
Mhm.
It was the beginning. At the start, you had a pictures, and there are there were the question that we never had them illusion. Can you
Yeah.
look at
I
your
think it was
presentation?
Irasema asking this or someone else, but I just ask what they mean
Oh,
because I don't know what they mean exactly or what she mean.
can you look at your presentation? It must be the first five.
About
It was
illusion.
something that I don't. Yeah, yes.
Maybe the person can, we're going to share the
Yes,
presentation. And,
wait a minute,
and
wait a minute.
if she
It
remembers
was,
if she
it
remembers,
was
she
Zoraida
can pose a
Bedoya.
question.
Zoraida. It was Zoraida.
Yeah,
Zoraida.
she doesn't
Yeah, because
remember what she.
I don't remember anything about illusion on the presentation. So I
It
don't know.
was a picture at the
With
beginning.
a quote.
I don't know. Can you share maybe
Oh, let me see.
when I see I can. I don't remember.
Let me see.
Oh, wait. This was.
I'm gonna be passing. You let me know, okay? If you see it.
Yes. Just a minute. I cannot see because it was at the down in the picture, and I can see
Share the whole screen
yes,
with
please.
each slide.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes, please. From the beginning, please. And just a minute. Yeah.
So it
Maybe
started
it would be
here
more
basically.
easy.
Huh?
No.
No, maybe it would be more easy when we share the PDF.
Maybe. Wait a minute.
People go through the pictures and.
Yeah, because I don't remember anything about illusion.
Oh, wait a minute. No. It should be. Wait a minute. It should be on the right side.
Yeah.
And no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think Daniela, it would be better if going, on personally go through all the PDFs, the pictures.
Yes,
and
yes. Thank you. Sorry, I don't.
Or we're gonna be here forever.
I know.
It's gonna cut in 1 minute.
No, that's
I
fine.
didn't know how
It's just
how to extend it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
if you have more more questions, we're gonna reconnect again, I will imagine, because it's going to cut.
We can reconnect without recording, and